governor regarding remote meetings, and the information to obtain access is on the town's website. And please be advised that what you say and share is being recorded. And we'll take a roll call to determine whether you have a quorum. So Beth,
Here.
MJ,
Apparently I'm here.
and Carolyn,
Here.
Eleanor,
Here.
Timothy, we have a quorum. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:31, minutes from September 16th. Do we have a motion?
Motion to accept the minutes from September 16th.
And a second?
Second.
And any additions or corrections? All right, we'll vote on these. Carolyn,
Aye.
MJ,
Aye.
Ellie,
Aye.
Beth,
Aye.
Tim is aye. Very good. We'll wait on the signs for a few more minutes in case Wayne shows up.
Oh,
There
There
he
he
is.
is.
All right, we'll plunge right in. Yeah, we'll plunge right into signs. We've sent letters to a number of the proponents that have projects.
No, I haven't
Yeah.
sent them yet.
Oh,
Tim.
you
I'm
haven't,
just-
that's right.
No, I just
We're
wanted to do a
reviewing them.
draft. I did a draft and then I want the input from the group. I think I grabbed most of the things that you all said last time, but it's, it's your letter.
So can we pop
I'll just type.
can we pop an example of those up on the screen?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Share. Let's see. Seeing it?
Not, we're seeing
screen.
your file explorer.
Says it's. What
Did
a-
it pop? Did it pop up on another
There
screen?
you
it
go.
is.
Perfect.
Yeah, and they're all pretty much the same except for who it's addressed to and which
Yeah.
project.
And like the garden says that it's gonna be adhered to the fence. I did do a fourth one, but I don't know if you guys are ready for it, so I did the courts.
You sent out
many-
4 letters.
I gave you 4, so I did the courts, the garden fence, and the other one that was for sure was
Powder House.
Powder House Hill, and then I did the other one.
Horseshoe Pond.
Yeah, Horseshoe Pond.
Right.
But I wasn't sure if you guys were ready for that one. But the only one that was a little confusing was the garden fence, because even though the what you call it, the town meeting it was in, it actually came out of that current fiscal year of like May, because it had been continued kind of thing. So I got that all straightened out in its in its application file. But I just need to make colored copies of the signs. Wayne sent me all the signs all updated, so that's all good. And I don't know, are we missing any of the points? And then these would be the 3 boards I think that you'll need to just CC them all on. Just for awareness.
Any
I thought they
questions?
looked great.
Everybody all set with these?
Yeah.
Yep.
they look fine.
The Horseshoe Pond one, I would
Mhm.
like to send as it is without a location.
Okay.
And talk to the commission about, because we are putting up the, just to kind of go a little out of order, the parking lot, the body of the parking lot is done. The stone dust path is done. We still need to get the picnic tables and the pads for those and the fence. So we may decide that it makes more sense to adhere it to the fence instead of putting it on a post. But I'd like to run that by the commission to see if anybody has feelings.
So location to be determined by input of the commission or something like that.
If everybody here is okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah. it's
It's
fine.
good.
I mean, you know where we were looking to put it, so.
I do. So in putting up the fence, we, or laying out the fence, we talked to Fred about how far in the fence should be to not have to worry about snow plows and snow and all of that. And my concern about where we talked about putting it may be too close to the road. So I just want to look at it a little closer with that in mind.
Yeah.
And the fence will be a solid thing that we can adhere it to.
Great.
Or we could put it on the kiosk that we're gonna build also. So, you know, it's kind of what makes most sense.
Yeah, I think it should be near the road so people will see it because the kiosk's gonna be in, right?
Yeah,
In the
true.
property.
Yep. Yep. Good
So
point, and
that's
I
just my
will,
feedback.
yep,
But we don't want it ruined by a snowplow the first winter it's up.
No,
right.
no, no, hopefully not. That's why we're gonna put them parallel to the road.
Yes.
No big impact piece. I would say on the other letters, I think there were some slots for just, I think of when it would be installed, I would just say spring of 2026. I think that's
Yeah.
enough specificity.
All right, so we're all set with those? They'll be distributed.
So I'm
And
gonna
once-
try, to email them, and I'll also make hard copies for the town office's internal boxes. So that they can be an actual thing.
The only
Mon-
thing about
Friday?
Powder House Hill was just, when are we gonna share that with the property owner?
Right,
I don't want the, I don't want the property owner to get wind of it as it's going through the boards. And then them to feel like, oh, well, they never bothered to tell us. So can the property owner be CC'd on it? And
so I'll give it to Henry, and Henry can give it to Travis.
Okay.
I said to
Great.
Henry, you want to give me Travis's number? And he said, so I'll give it to Henry, and Henry can give it to Travis that way.
that's fair, as long as we made the attempt.
Right, right. And maybe ask him to get in touch with either this board or conservation.
Yeah, that would be
But
great.
especially if he has any
Any question?
any questions or concerns or anything.
Good. I'll take care of that.
Awesome.
Next time we meet then, Tim, I'll have all the copies and stuff and I'll pass that off to you so everybody kind of gets them at the same time. I gotta
Okay.
make a bunch of copies anyways, because I gotta do the select board sentence, so. I don't
Yeah.
know, I'm trying to think. When are we meeting again, Timothy? I don't even know.
Whenever you decide, I'm at your beck and call.
Oh, you steer me up all the time. Don't even fool
What?
these.
When did I? Holy, wait a minute.
I canceled on you once and and you've had to change it around a couple of times for me.
I
So-
know, still, whenever you say it's time to meet, I show up.
Yeah,
Except
okay.
during corn season.
Yeah. Why don't we say, oh, because want to try to do next Thursday, the 16th? Is that no, the 9th is the next Thursday. No, yeah, let's do either the
This
15th or 16th. I'm trying to think. Today was the 7th. Okay.
Yep.
Monday's the holiday. So I'll email you either the 15th or the 16th, so they'll probably get out on the 16th to everybody, just so that you guys all know.
Either
Okay.
one will work for me. Let me
Mhm.
know what works for you.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Last review of the mock-ups. Are we gonna pop those up on the screen?
Yeah, if we can show each of them just in case I screwed something up. Not that I would, right?
Mm. I hope we were specific enough in the letters, like, don't talk about color, don't talk about fonts,
Right.
data locations. We'll send them to Wayne.
I'm so pliable.
So does someone have those that we're gonna look at?
Can you bring that up, Maureen?
Oh, you want me to bring them up?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where do I
think-
have them in my?
Think I got all the years right.
Okay, let's see. Share. I want to do it.
I have them if you can't for some reason.
Yeah, they're not, I'm trying to do them from, let's see. The letter, I can get rid of that. Yeah, it's not coming up for some reason. I'm having, let's try one more time. I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, why don't you go ahead? I'm having,
Trying to grab them myself. Give me 1 sec.
let's see. Are you guys not, are you seeing it yet? No?
Nope.
Zoom. Share my screen. Seeing anything, me?
Getting there. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, don't close it. Horseshoe Pond. So he said this one received support for its acquisition and preservation. I was able to figure out how to deal with the background, so now everything looks right.
It looks good.
Out of the 2023, I have reached out to Kristen and she reached out to somebody, I guess it helps with the website, and asked if it could be done. You know, it can be done. So it's just a matter of finding somebody that can do it. So that will just be something to make sure is done before we actually publish this.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I actually give them to, they'll be like, that will probably be the delay thing. I'll stay on top of that one. So there's that one.
Right, so did we decide on people of Berlin or residents of Berlin?
Oh, I think people's friendlier.
The taxpayers of Berlin,
All
right?
right.
Basically.
Okay, I just,
I think
Yeah.
people's friendlier.
cool.
Community garden. Maureen, I'm gonna year wrong, you'll scold me appropriately. So this one was just receiving the support for acquisition and creation.
And just to be clear, we're doing the year they were funded, right? Not the year they're completed.
Right,
Okay,
Berlin Court, so this is preservation, and restoration. And then Powder House Hill. So those are the full size.
Nice.
I like them. I like the color green. I like the background color. I like them.
Yeah, I think they look good. I'll be glad if it, when we sum up,
yeah,
Yeah,
I think they'll speak and like that. So, all right, so I can stop sharing my screen.
everybody all set with those?
Yeah.
I think they look great.
Yeah. Thank you for
Nice.
your work.
Nice job, Wayne.
yeah.
Eventually I get there.
No. they-
So what-
Thanks.
Then I'll take it, get the logic. And, and we'll know, but at that point, look, I mean, the only thing Carolyn and I said, just to back up on the letters, is that if, for the tennis courts one, I mean, we can coordinate with them, but it was gonna go near the entrance, I guess. But we can talk with them about that stuff when the time comes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like the exact location.
Yeah, just be. I think we had talked about.
All right, so we can move forward on that one. Anything else on signs? Everybody's all set? Good. Chair updates. No applications for the cycle at this point. We still have some time, but we haven't heard any chatter from anybody, so we will see what happens.
The application is on our website.
The
Okay,
article did get in, to the Powder House News, so all of that information's in there. The 7th. Contact us if you have any questions. Come into a Zoom meeting, everything's on the website, so maybe with the newsletter going out, it might, inspire somebody. So.
Yeah.
They did the news, did anyone else see the newsletter? It's different. It's like big pages, it's not like the way it was, like little articles. So like they put this like funky box around the CPA kind of thing. No one else saw it? Am I the only
No.
one? No, okay. Well anyways, made it in, hopefully, it will inspire some.
Good.
I'll have to see.
I'm continuing to make an effort to get someone from rec represented here on the committee. I've been chatting with Kristen about that, and hopefully we can get somebody, because it would certainly be valuable for them. That's all I've got. I'm gonna have Maureen talk about some work she's doing with the folks doing the soccer fields in a minute. Members updates or input. Anybody got any?
I had something come up,
Listen.
so I guess a couple meetings ago, we had brought up, or someone came up about whether cemeteries might be interested, and so, well, it came about in a weird way. Paul McKelp was in the store today, and he said a couple of people had asked him whether CPA could do anything, and it, I think, related more specifically to, I guess, the North Cemetery doesn't have electricity or water like the South Cemetery, and whether, so I'm not sure whether that, because I think we were thinking more about the possibility that something might be, for, graves themselves, for like stones or whatever. So I don't know whether we would have the ability to do something that's
Hmm.
a little more.
I think you're right. I mean, usually what you see is efforts to do restoration work in graveyards or cata- cataloging. I know in Stowe and some other towns around. I know Northborough as well. I noticed a sign that said CPA money had been used over there for their. I noticed they straightened stones and cleaned them up and stuff.
Right, more under the historical
Yeah.
umbrella.
Yeah.
But Tim, wouldn't that need to have some support from the cemetery commission as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that it might be a joint application between the Historic Commission and the Cemetery Commission, you know?
There is one member on both of those that, I mean, the same person is on both committees, commissions.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a good project,
Yeah,
because I know there had been there's been some damage to some of the stones in the old burying ground, and some conversation about setting stones back into position and stuff like that, so.
Well, do we think we would be solely limited to being able to give funds to actual preservation of the stones themselves?
Yeah, I guess we could look to see if there'd been an effort to. I mean, what would the argument be? You'd argue that by supplying electricity and water that, hmm,
Well, I mean, at first I'm thinking, this doesn't sound like something we'd be able to do, but, we were doing irrigation stuff for rec fields, so,
right,
but that's so the fields can be used for recreation.
yeah,
If you can build the argument that irrigation in particular, or even electricity, if the idea is to light things so it's less, I don't know, if there's vandalism risk or something and stones are being
yeah,
defaced,
yeah,
there might be a path that way,
yeah,
but that would require research.
yeah.
yeah.
We can look and see what some other towns have done in regard to cemetery work. Other input from members?
I have
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have input. I am sending to everybody the flyer inviting you all and anybody who wants to come to the October 21st presentation about 15 Lincoln, which is the property formerly known as the Old Legion Hall or the Some Direction Schoolhouse. So this is this is the pre-presentation for anybody who wants the full in-depth. We're not doing at the previous annual town meeting, we had Carolyn Reed from Habitat was there for multiple hours, and the idea was that she would get up and do the dog and pony show there. That was extraordinarily generous of her, and we're not going to put her through that again. But the idea would be that she can come and talk about what's possible, you know, as for affordable housing within the construct of, within limitations of a historic deed restriction. So people can kind of get an understanding of what it could look like. Obviously, Habitat is only one potential partner, and assuming this goes, we'd have an RFP process to determine who we might end up working with. But it will be in the town hall, the town offices, and we are going to record her presentation and put it up on the website so people will have the opportunity to check it out in advance of the meeting.
What
21st.
time?
It 6:30 question mark?
Okay.
It says it on the flyer, which I don't have open.
Great.
Yes,
The 21st.
the 21st, which is Tuesday.
Yep.
Oh, which would normally be this meeting time.
Good.
I
Other input.
have a couple of things. I just had to finish putting that in my calendar.
Yeah.
So I updated you on the parking lot, that is proceeding well. The Conservation Commission is contemplating 2 applications. I gotta get on the stick. One is I know I've talked with Maureen and Tim about it, but I don't know if we've talked about this actually at a meeting. Maureen had let me know that the way we do set aside funds for affordable housing, that other towns also do that for open space, so that we can be a little bit more nimble and not have to wait for the application process and town meeting and stuff like that. So we're considering putting in an application for $100,000 for that. And I guess I would love any feedback if anybody has feelings about that.
So the idea is you'd set up a conservation trust.
Well,
Like-
we already
like-
have an open space account that is the only money out of that account can only be spent for open space acquisition and associated costs.
But can money be taken back from it once it's gone into it? Like that's the advantage of the trust, right? Is that it holds it as opposed to having to return stuff after
Right.
time frame.
I guess so in this context, I don't know if this committee would ever want to pull money back. I mean, because the point is to kind of build up a fund to be able to have money at least for
right.
down payments and stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess that'd be up to you guys as to how we formulate the article.
Mm-hmm.
It might be
Um,
worth talking to June or maybe even Lisa. I don't understand the details, but it was very important for housing to be a trust to avoid the issue with rolling over from fiscal years and money being removable by grantee agencies. Yeah. So
Okay.
there's potentially more to that. So that may be worth exploring.
Sure. Yep. And then the other one has come up fairly recently. As most of you know, the tornado did a bunch of damage over around West Street, and the Clark Conservation Area got decimated to the point where we have had to close the property to the public because it is unsafe to use the trails. So we are thinking about putting, we're trying to get a quote to get an idea of how much it would cost, not to clean up the whole area, because that would be a lot of money, but just to restore the trails to passable condition, passable safe conditions.
When you say a lot of money,
Oh my gosh, there's so many trees down.
really? I
There's
haven't been over there.
Yeah, it like a lot of money. The only thing that, you know, we're trying to, well, nothing's easy, right? Nothing's easy. Trying to get a quote, and part of what could make it cost less money is if the person who's doing the work is able to harvest any wood that is still good from the down trees. But then is it cheaper and easier to just cut a 4-foot wide path, like just boom, and leave the mess on both sides, or allow people to harvest the down trees to mitigate the costs? But then is that more work, and then is that considered restoring the trails, and you know,
Well,
all of that.
it's making the whole area safe because not everybody stays just on a trail. So if some of the other trees are unsafe, it might be worth it
Right.
to, you know, if somebody's willing to do more work, if they get to keep the downed trees, not take stuff that's not downed, but
Right,
You know, but-
right.
but-
It's not a logging operation. It's a restore,
Yeah.
you know, it's a safety and restoration
but I would think,
project.
but I would think the safety isn't limited just to the path because people do go off path.
Right.
Not that I'm part of that, but I guess that's just to make the argument that I think it would be worth it to let somebody take the extra trees.
Yes,
Right.
but you have to think about how much damage they might do getting the
As they
trees
do
out of
it.
there.
True.
Right. So,
I mean,
I
I've often wondered whether the Conservation Commission ought to look seriously at a forest management plan that, you know, provides for timber harvest on a routine basis anyway. Just,
right. So we are in the process of doing that up at Ager Woods. We have an approved forestry plan. We have a forester who responds every 3 or 4 months. So, but there is going to be some selective cutting up at Ager Woods probably this winter.
yeah, I mean, I think for the health of the forest,
Yep.
for
Yep.
wildlife management,
Yep.
to,
But the hoops you have to jump through.
yeah,
I mean, literally, we've been working on this project for 5 years.
but isn't it your assumption that once you really begin to understand how all these pieces fit together, it becomes less difficult to accomplish on a sustained basis?
You would think so.
I mean,
But you know, part of it is having a qualified forester
Right.
um be a partner for us. And we have this guy, he's great. He's from Western Mass, kind of Western Central Mass, really.
Who you got?
His name is Gary Goldrup.
Good.
Um,
The forester I've used now for 15 years. The one before that I had for 15 years. And
Well,
um,
maybe we'll get a name, because Gary's great, but he's so busy. Literally, it takes sometimes we would hear from him twice a year,
yeah,
you know, and it has taken so long to get this going. The thing that we're also doing in conjunction with that is, I don't know if everybody knows, Maddie, who was our conservation agent until recently, is a licensed bird bander. And she, in the summer, this past summer was her 3rd summer capturing and banding songbirds. And then in the fall, right now, she does migrating saw-whet owls anybody can go. They're this big. They're the cutest little things. Last year she got, I think, 140 of them. She banded 140, and one of which has been recaptured 400 miles away in Canada, I think it was. So it's fascinating. It's so awesome. But part of the reason we chose for her to do her banding at this property and do the forestry at this property, the forestry is specific to increasing bird habitat. So we've now got 3 years of data before the work. We're
Mm.
gonna do the work, and then we're gonna have however long she wants to do it afterwards.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
If you can send that information about how to go hang out with owls. I'd appreciate
Yes. It's usually on a Friday or Saturday night. And it's like from dark until they don't get any more owls.
that.
So yeah, it's very cool.
Nice. Is that it for your input? Did anybody want to comment on the thoughts regarding the creation of a fund that could be enhanced on an annual basis for a little bit for conservation purposes?
I think it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Would be okay with it.
We were lucky with the Powder House acquisition because the family was willing to wait,
Uh,
but most people aren't going to wait that long.
Yep,
100%.
good.
Yep, that's exactly my thought.
Well, it's
Yeah, I
also too
agree.
easy for something to get derailed at town meeting, you know.
Right.
Se-
Yeah,
Seeing
ask somebody to wait 9
housing
months.
went through last time being end of the night. I'd hate to see something that, you know, we were poised to be able to actually do something and then outside circumstances
Right.
change the dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we may not be able to, get support for enough for an outright buy, but even if we have a good chunk of money to be able to do a deposit to
Yeah.
get somebody to wait.
Mhm.
So
Good.
awesome. Thank you, guys.
Other input? Everybody's good? All right. Administrative matters. Do you want to update the team on, you're going to reach out to John and,
Yeah, so the good news is that whole rec thing worked itself out. They got a freebie. There will be no invoice. He got the information he needed, so that's all good. And then I'm gonna try to get with the point of contact for actually, I've already emailed him, just so that he can understand the invoicing process. Pretty simple. So, yeah, so that all worked out. And I'll keep you posted on what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll
And there's
give
nothing else really going on.
I'll give a quick update on the fact that the town administrator has asked Planning Historic Commission, who else? Anyway, to participate in a select board meeting concerning the status of the Old Town Barn, which was built in 1899 as the horse shed for the Congregational Meeting House. And the thought has been pushed out that if the town is going to dispose of the structure, that perhaps it could be used instead of a new fabricated pavilion, a repurposed pavilion at South Common. And that might very well become a repurposed CPA project rather than the one that was before us that town meeting voted on a few years ago. So that meeting's going to happen in November, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, Historic Commission, Planning Board, there's a couple other groups that are going to participate, I guess. I think that's it for administrative matters. Public input, there is no public. Anybody have anything else they want to share? Then, oh,
So just one administrative matter.
yes,
I know we've canceled the meeting on the 21st. With any luck, I will see some number of you all that. And I will miss our first meeting in November.
yeah, the first meeting in November is prior to the date of final submission for projects, so it'll be the second meeting in November that we'll start talking about any that we've received, so missing the first isn't hazardous to your health, but the second would be.
I'll be back. Assuming they let me back into the country, I'll be back.
Wayne will be back by then too, right? Away.
Yeah.
You're gone now, Wayne, till when?
To the end of the month.
All right. Perfect. Anything else from anybody?
So do we want to hold the November 4th meeting?
No, interesting. You guys don't have anything election wise on the 4th of November, right? There's
we-
nothing happening in town.
Can't
like
act on anything. We've completed the sign issues,
No, I mean like you, because it normally is that Tuesday is usually that election day in other communities. That first Tuesday of November.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
But-
I
but
don't think
but-
there's any
Okay.
town election.
Or anything, okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys, if we could play it by ear, because I'll be in the town offices from like 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock on the 7th, which is that Friday. So unless there's anything
The-
that's big and
The
pressing,
submission deadline is more important to think about than
yeah,
maybe,
Right, which is the 7th, right?
which is the 7th. So yeah, so they fell in the same week. And then your next meeting would be the 18th of November.
Right.
Yep.
Well, what do people think? You want to wait till the 18th?
If you have nothing to accomplish specifically, and we're not gonna make any proposals come out of the woodwork. It's like if they come out, they come out.
Right.
I think what this means too is that Maureen has been chatting with me about the whole notion of policies and procedures, and not having a meeting to attend to, or minutes to attend to, allows her the opportunity to work on some of that stuff. So
That's true, yeah.
it might be a better use of Maureen's time to skip a meeting and give her some flexibility to work on some of this other stuff.
Makes sense to me.
I would make a motion that we cancel November 4th unless unforeseen emergency circumstances happen.
I second that.
Any discussion on that? All right. Beth,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
MJ,
Aye.
Wayne,
Aye.
Ellie. She must have said Tim.
The lips moved.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all set on that. We're gonna meet on the 18th. Marina
right.
will meet next week.
Great.
Beth's got a meeting on the 21st that we're all invited to. Do we want to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Ooh,
Second.
Oh,
second.
Non-debatable, Wayne,
Aye.
Carolyn,
aye.
Beth,
Aye.
Ellie,
Aye.
MJ,
Aye.
Tim, I.